Good day, YouTube. Today is the 2nd of August, 2023. I think it is, anyway. Hey, this snapper is back. This is one I had purchased and got it up and running and such, and I took it over to the coast to my dad's property. And the belt, I did not put a belt on it when I took it over there, and the belt didn't last. And then all of a sudden it wouldn't even start. Well, I've got it here. I've got a belt put on it. I've done a video on putting belts on these, so we're not going to go into much detail. In fact, I wasn't even going to do a video on this, but there might be something somebody will pick up on, so I guess I will. So getting the belt in over top of obstructions and underneath the drive pulley, easiest thing to do is to loosen up the motor mounts. Okay, there's a bolt on all four corners of the engine so that the engine will come up. It gives you room to put the belt in. Okay, it's just that easy. Slide the belt in, get it routed like that. This is a double V belt. Means it's a V on both sides, or a six-sided belt, or whatever, how many sides that ends up to be. And got it all in there, and now I need to just tighten up the 4 bolts on the engine, and we'll put that plastic cover back on. We'll be good to go. And I've diagnosed why it doesn't have spark down to is a stupid coil. So to diagnose it, I put a spark checker on the spark plug, unplugged the wire that would then ground out this rusty old thing, and it actually just came apart when I got rid of it. So this thing is just old and yucky, so had to replace it, bought a new one. I never can remember where I get them, so here's a part number. Quality aftermarket parts. So we got another one. I just crimped on a new stake on because the old one was crispy. Obviously that plugs into there, and that's what will ground out or shut off the ignition when you're done mowing and so forth. Now, the screws that hold the coil down, pretty rusty, and one of them didn't make it out. But luckily it broke off with enough room. I mean, there was enough stud there that I was able to finally get it out, and we'll have to put a new screw in it. Put a little anti-seize on that when we put this new coil back in. So it's just going to be a super quick video. Replacing the coil on this thing. We had to get into it a little bit, and hopefully it runs when we're all done with this thing. This one's going to find a new home. We really don't need it over there at the coast anymore, so it's going to be available. So new battery, new tires, painted the back wheels, put a choke cable and throttle cable and such on it. Anyway, so this thing should be good to go. So we've got some stuff to do. So I got a boogie for the day. I'll finish this up in the morning, get it off the table. I'm very, very, very anxious to get to my 1955 Cushman Truckster project. I've been doing nothing but thinking about how to proceed with this, and I've got some exciting things that's going to happen with this. So I need to get that done and for sale and out of here. This is going up next, and got some plans for it. And we got to figure out how to do some upgrades on this thing, like brakes and stuff, or at least make them work. Oh boy, yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the morning. We'll finish this up, get it running, get it out of here. All right, this thing has been on the lift for weeks, and I've been avoiding it for one reason or another, but we're getting back on it. I just tightened down the engine. Remember, I loosened the engine to lift it up so I could get the belt through, and the belt is installed. We bolted the coil in. We plugged in the stake-on connector, new stake-on connector, to the kill wire. We have positioned the coil, had to get a new screw. It's an 832. And then we spaced this with a business card. Okay, so those are tight. The plug wire is plugged in. I may shorten this and put a new end on it and a new boot. On the other hand, I just want to get it done too. So the plug wire's there. This is all done. I just need to put the tin back on it, the engine cover and this belt cover. So let me get those things on, and we'll turn the fuel on and see if it runs now. Hopefully it does. We're gonna get this thing off the lift. I got other things I want to do, and we'll get it listed for sale and get it the heck out of here. Okay, on to the next. So I'll come back when I got these covers back on. All right, we got this thing all back together. I'm not sure what I've chatted about during this process, so I'm just going to go over it real quick. Diagnose this thing. So I built this mower to take over to property that my dad has, and it just didn't going to work out, so for lots of reasons. So it sat over there for a little while, and they just quit running. They went to move it and just didn't run. So I threw a spark checker on it, like this. These are Harbor Freight. They're, I don't know, they're cheap, $5-6 or something. And no spark, right? So you just unplug the wire off the spark plug, put this in line with it, and no spark. So so how these work is when you ground out the coil, and that's the coil, such as it is. When you ground out this coil, it shuts the ignition off. So if you have no other wires attached to this, it's like a magneto, right? It needs no other components. This is it. So if you unplug everything from this, except for this plugged into the spark plug, it would run. The only way to shut it off is to unplug this or to ground this out. And when I took the cover off and inspected this, I pulled the coil off. It was all just really rusted in there. It was just a mess, and you couldn't even get the wire off. It was just grounded out of rust. Okay, so just not gonna work. So put that new coil in, got it on eBay or Amazon. I never can remember where I get it. I start off on Amazon if I don't like their search engine, which I don't like their search engine, but the shipping's usually cheaper and faster. But sometimes I end up on eBay to get the right one. So I would search the engine number, okay, and they are written right here. Okay, you may not see this exact engine number, but you can see the numbers there on these old style Briggs & Stratton. That's where the numbers are. Okay, you want the model number and then what you're searching for, right? So this is a Briggs & Stratton. You're looking for a coil for the model number engine. That's how you find it. Everybody wants me to throw a link and stuff in there, but a lot of the stuff I end up getting on eBay because their search engine is so much better than Amazon. But remember, those are 7-day auctions. It's taken me 3 or 4 weeks to do this video. By the time I post this video, that auction's over. And if you didn't see this video, maybe I posted it on day 6 or something. It was only going to last one more day, right? You'd go to look for that item, and of course that auction is over. So I'd rather teach you how to search for the right part. So if you're searching for a part for your mower, get the model number of your mower and put it in the search engine. Start off on Amazon because cheaper, better shipping, faster shipping, etc. If and when you're not happy with the search results, which is typical for me, go to eBay with that same information. It'll give you the part you need, typically. Okay, unless you want to befriend one of the online parts providers that, you know, there's like e-parts and things like that. That's good too. I have better luck on eBay and Amazon. So we got the coil in. We are ready to test fire this. I just did put some fuel in it because I don't think it had any in it. I checked the oil to make sure that A, it had plenty of oil because I just changed it before I took it over, and B, that it didn't have fuel in it. This does have a new carburetor on it, but you know, you never know. So the oil is good. We're ready to test run it, and we should put a couple of minutes on it anyway because I want to sell it. So I put the choke here, and the throttle's over here. It's in neutral. Let's do this. Maybe no choke. Tailpipe, I did not do that. of a warm day out there, and that engine's warming up, and it's going to be uncomfortably warm in here if I let it continue. But hey, so it runs good. I'm going to get a couple pictures of this thing, get it listed, get it sold. It's going to be cheap. If you want it, you better call me quickly. Yeah, because I'm trying to get out of the mower business. Yep, I think I mentioned it before. I got better things to do. I've been doing mowers. I love doing mowers. You know, they're fun to fix and flip and make a buck and all that jazz, but I got to get out of the mower business and move on to some way cooler projects than mowers. So that's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the comments. I will check comments every morning, well, most every morning, and I will respond if they're respond-worthy comments. Yeehaw. Thumbs up on the way out. We'll catch you guys on the next video.